White House apologized to Hyundai after controversial ICE raid. The chief executive of Hyundai, Jose Munoz, has revealed that a White House official personally apologized to the automaker after a contentious raid by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE at its Savannah, Georgia factory. The apology followed weeks of public criticism over the treatment of Korean workers and the political fallout from the operation. The ICE raid and its aftermath in February, ICE detained approximately 475 workers at the Hyundai plant, including 317 South Korean nationals. The raid sparked immediate backlash, particularly because many workers were allegedly held in overcrowded and unsanitary conditions, with reports of moldy mattresses, poor water quality, and even racial harassment by guards. Roughly 200 of the detained workers are now preparing to sue ICE over their treatment during the week-long detention. The sudden action left Hyundai scrambling to explain the situation, with Munoz suggesting that misinformation may have led ICE to believe there were unauthorized workers at the plant. Political interference and conflicting signals. The incident was further complicated by conflicting statements from political leaders. While President Donald Trump initially expressed opposition to the raid and even suggested allowing the detained workers to stay and train American employees, this plan was never implemented. The Georgia governor also reportedly told Munoz that the raid was not a state matter, indicating a lack of coordination or communication between federal and state authorities. The White House apology suggests an acknowledgement that the raid was handled poorly, potentially without adequate prior notification. Visa discrepancies and ongoing legal challenges. The number of workers who were in the U.S. on improper visas remains unclear. Some had short-term or recreational visas that did not permit employment, while others possessed valid work authorization. Hyundai brought in many of the workers from South Korea to establish the new facility, highlighting the complexities of international labor arrangements. The ongoing lawsuit filed by the workers will likely shed more light on the conditions of their detention and the extent of ICE's compliance with legal procedures. This case could set a precedent for how future immigration enforcement actions are conducted, particularly those involving foreign workers at U.S. factories. The incident underscores the tension between economic development and strict immigration enforcement, raising questions about how the U.S. government balances these priorities.